may not fully understand yet how much you're damaging our Earth. Actions you may consider small lead to serious consequences for environments all around the world.
Have you taken the time to see what is around you? It's our precious Earth falling apart.
It's an unwanted and horrible reality, and it's been happening around us.
Our oceans and rivers that were once clean are now polluted with plastic waste.
Trillions of plastic floating on the ocean surface. Waste from excessive use and being thrown away carelessly.
Forests, once full of trees, are now being cut down. Air that was once fresh is now polluted with harmful gases from our very own vehicles.
Millions of human deaths take place every year because of poor air quality.
Animals dying from mistaking plastic debris as food.
But we can all do something about it. We know it's easy to ignore. In fact, we do not have to go through great lengths and difficulties to help. Just a simple habit would help our environment.
Pick up litter if you see it lying around, even if it's not yours. Shop with your own bags instead of plastic ones. Your very own unique and stylish bags.
Use a search engine app called EcoAsia. Every 45 searches will help gain revenue to plant trees. Shop from businesses that are sustainable and green. Instead of using vehicles, walk or cycle if a destination is near. They're your normal everyday habits, except that it's helping the environment.
As Ian Somerhalder once said, the environment is in us, not outside of us. The trees are our lungs, the rivers our bloodstream. We are all interconnected, and what you do to the environment, ultimately you do to yourself.
As many years pass by, waste production has increased drastically. As we can see from this graph, if we don't solve this problem soon, it will continue to increase until our lands are filled with nothing but waste. The next graph shows us some of wastes we have dumped. Food, plastics, and so much more. But there are ways on how to get rid of these wastes. From this graph, we can see what methods we use to get rid of these wastes. Currently, there are 86 incinerators across 25 states burning about 25 million tons of garbage annually. Dumping waste into the open sea or field is an example of an open dump. There is an estimation of 14 billion pounds of trash, which is mostly plastic, dumped in the world's oceans every year. In addition, we dumped a massive 2.12 billion tons of waste every year. In Indonesia, it was predicted in 2019 that the whole waste generation in Indonesia will reach 68 million tons of waste per year. The plastic waste generation is estimated to reach 9.52 million tons, or 14% of the total waste.
Globally, most waste is currently dumped in some form of a landfill. 37% of waste is dumped in some form of a landfill, and 8% of which is disposed of in sanitary landfills with landfill gas collection systems. There are also other ways on how waste spread all around us. The trash makes its way into storm drains. Trash travels through sewer pipes, into waterways, and finally into the ocean. Burning these waste are also a way of disposing them. But it has a horrible effect to people and the environment. Burning prohibited materials such as garbage, plastic, and paint or treated wood is harmful because these materials release toxic chemicals that pollute our air. Polluted air can be inhaled by humans and animals and deposit in the soil, surface, water, and plants.
Some waste will eventually rot, but not all will rot. In the process, it may smell or generate methane gas, which is explosive and contributes to the greenhouse effect. Lastly, there are some ways on how to reduce waste production. Use a reusable bottle cup for beverages on the go. Use reusable grocery bags. Purchase wisely and recycle. And avoid single-use food and drink containers and utensils.
Did you know that the Earth is made of 71% of water? But only 0.5% of that water is drinkable and fresh, meaning it's safe to be consumed for humans. And this causes 790 million people as of 2020 to have no access to clean drinkable water that is safe to be consumed. And we should be grateful that we have this access to clean drinkable water, so to not waste them. And of course, we can't drink salted water as it will dehydrate us instead.
Why should we conserve water? Conserving water ensures a sufficient supply for our future generations. Because we basically use water like every day. We need water to drink, to cook, to stay clean, to grow food, to protect our ecosystem and wildlife. So imagine a life without water in the future. It would be very hard. So this is why we need to conserve water. Using less water will save more money.
Using less water reduces the energy required to process and deliver to its homes, business, farms, and communities, in which in return helps to reduce pollution and conserve fuel resources. It makes water available for recreational purposes.
Plastic is a well-known social problem, but most of us don't realize just how much of it we use every day, and that is causing devastating harm to the environment. As crazy as it sounds, this actually makes sense, as plastic is a part of our daily lives. Every day, we use plastic straws to drink, without knowing that 500 million other straws are used every single day. Every day, we use plastic bags, without realizing that 2 million other plastic bags are being consumed in the very same minute. Every day, we drink from plastic bottles, clueless to the 1.5 billion other plastic bottles that are consumed each day. Even a couple thousand of these plastic items are harmful to the environment, but each of these items are consumed millions and even billions of times each and every day. Due to this situation, there are major impacts towards everyone, one of the largest being marine life. Marine animals can become entangled in or ingest plastic debris, causing suffocation, starvation, and drowning. Moreover, another major effect is towards humans. Humans are not immune to this threat either, as plastics are estimated to take up to hundreds of years to fully decompose, some of them breaking down much quicker into tiny particles, which in turn end up in the seafood that we eat.
People use electricity in their daily life, but if they use electricity too often, not only that their electricity bills are going to be expensive, but also damage the ecosystem. Now you're probably wondering, how can we save electricity? Well, we could save electricity in many ways. One of the ways to save electricity is by turning off the AC or fan when it's not needed. By doing this, You will reduce the amount of toxic fumes released by power plants, conserve the Earth's natural resources, and protect ecosystem from destruction. You will also contribute to a healthier and happier world.
We could reduce the usage of plastic bags by using cotton bags instead of plastic bags. For example, when we go shopping, we could use cotton bags to carry the items we bought instead of the plastic bags we normally use. This is because plastic takes a long time to degrade and is environmentally harmful.
So through small things like this, we can make the world a better place.
Travel throughout the world's rivers and oceans, accumulating on beaches and within gyres. This debris harms physical habitats, transports chemical pollutants, threatens aquatic life, and interferes with human uses of river, marine, and coastal environments. For years we thought that the oceans were so vast and inhabitants were so numerous that nothing we could do to have an effect upon them. But that was wrong. If the oceans don't stay healthy and regain their health, human beings are doomed.
Climate change is really happening. It will change where things are and where people live. But the question is, will we change before we go any further?
The Antarctic is a wonderful place, but what's happening out there is affecting sea levels around the world. It is shocking to know that our ocean is being a dumping ground simply because we don't realize or don't see what is in the ocean.
Do you know that the cigarette butts causes pollution by being carried as a runoff to drains and from there to the rivers, beaches and the ocean?
Everybody can make a difference. They can do little things and they add up together, which makes them a huge difference.